The emergency department at Sentara RMH Medical Center has important resources available for victims of sexual assault and domestic violence. Now on 3, we're joined by Tammy Johnson, Forensic Nurse Examiner's Program Coordinator for Sentara RMH. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you for having me here.
All right, so starting with some background, what is the Forensic Nurse Examiner's Program and what kinds of examinations do you all perform?
So formerly our program was called the Sexual Assault Nurse Examiner's Program because we focused on sexual assault exams. I've since changed it, or we've changed it to the Forensic Nurse Examiner's Program because sexual assaults often involve more than just the sexual assault. There's often intimate partner violence, domestic violence, strangulation, different kinds of things like that that involve more of an exam than just the sexual assault portion of it. So that's where our program is today. And so we sometimes do strangulation exams that don't involve any kind of sexual assault or any other kind of violence with them. So we do a number of different exams, but mostly our program focuses on just making sure that the victim who comes into the hospital and is seen as a patient by us leaves as a survivor and knows that they get choices as soon as they walk in the door and that we're not going to make them do anything that they don't want us to do. That might include whether or not they want to involve law enforcement or not involve law enforcement, whether they want any kind of testing done or not, and just a whole array of different services that we can offer them.
All right, and obviously time is of the essence in terms of these examinations. So when should someone come to the emergency department at Sentara and specifically request one of these examinations?
Well, it's always best if they come in as soon as possible because there are certain things such as the prophylaxis or the antivirals that we would give them in case they're concerned about getting HIV. Those need to be given within 72 hours, and the sooner after a sexual assault, the better. The same goes with any concern that they might be pregnant and want to take like a Plan B or something like that. That's also time sensitive. So we encourage them to come in as soon as possible, but we also understand that this is a difficult decision for them to make. And so sometimes it takes a couple of days for them to make that decision. And that's okay, because we have up to 5 days depending on what kind of evidence we collect. So they don't need to, just because they don't come in right away doesn't mean we can't do the exam. Depending what happens, we may be able to get evidence 5 days later. And that includes whether or not they shower. I have been able to get evidence after somebody has showered. So, yeah.
All right, and then I know many of the victims that probably come to you all are female, but males can also be victims of sexual assault and domestic violence. So what should someone do? Say it's either a male or a female family friend. If a family member tells them that they've been assaulted, what would be the best way for them to handle that?
So family support and friend support is fabulous. I would suggest that they come in and get a medical screening exam completed to make sure that they're physically okay. And then we can talk to them about what their options are as far as evidence collection goes. And we like to take as much time as they need for us in order to do that. And whether they're male, female, transgender, we see anybody that comes in and wants that evidence collected. And whether they want that reported or not right away, we collect it the same way.
All right. And if folks have questions or want more information about the Forensic Nurse Examiner's Program at Sentara, where can they go for that?
The best thing for them to do would be to call our emergency department, and that number is 540-689-1414. And they can ask for a forensic nurse if they would like to speak with one of us directly. So we can talk to them and answer any of their questions, and that includes, you know, what to do before they come in, and such as putting their clothing in a paper sack instead of a plastic bag, different things like that. So yeah, they can call us with any questions they have.
All right, thank you so much for your time today, Tammy.
Thank you.